the southeastern sides, you also can. But given the fact that you do need a car to like cement yourself into those long corner side areas like Los Leones, the Impala, or the Puerto Paraíso, so the cars are a must in this match whatsoever. But Hacienda, last silver line of HP, even a single blow from anyone can actually get him down. It will be an elimination, but there we go. One player from the Dom Ching's Red Force. Beanie gets taken down. Doc needs to go revive the player up. But in the meanwhile, Doc, come on, you got to throw some smokes. You got to throw some smokes at this premises. But he only has the flash. Only the flashes are in the hand. TZ finally throws a smoke, in fact, a second smoke into the premises. Get that revival done as soon as possible. There's Bigetron, there's the Team Royal Dragons. So whatever you're going to do, it can actually like put you in a harm's way if not done properly.
Yeah, I mean, that's true over there. They have to think of how their actions will potentially impact the rest of. I have a lot of faith in him, and I hope to see him go against. Go against the RS. But over here, we're looking at Bigetron Esports and FN as well. Bigetron with the upper ground advantage. FN, of course, they do have their buildings, but the question remains: who will come out alive from this engagement?
Who will definitely come out alive from this engagement is a big question, because so far it is only a single team. DX was the only name that got fully eliminated, fully unfunctioned out of the sanctuary of the map. But aside from that, the rest of the 17 teams are still into the premises. They're still getting those engagements. BTR versus Team FN, I can see Royal Dragons, I can see them outside of the circle against Team Nomching's Red Force. The fight is definitely going to occur once again. Beanie closing in with the 1897, but instantly he's going to be taken down alongside his teammate Doxy, XZY, the only two players that are remaining from the Team Nomching's Red Force. It is everything up to these two guys. 1897 versus 1897. You have to look at the backside, Doc. You have to look at the backside, XZY. Be careful on whatever you're going to do. XZY going for the revival, as whereas Doxy is going to go for that engagement, going to go for that fight. But oh my god, come on, the player is going to heal himself back to the 75% HP. You did not a good job. You could have like rushed up upon the guy. You could have got them eliminations for your name, but now he's loaned that HP, he's loaned that bullets. Doxy is finally going to connect those bullets, and now with that, another team is finally going to be eliminated.
Yeah, that makes 16 teams left standing and 59 players, but it's not over just yet. Bigetron Esports versus FN. Pretty good teams, I must say, and FN goes over there. I mean, I love his performance, but let's see what's gonna happen here. Unfortunately, FN loses their lives, and with that, FN Esports loses their place as well. And BTR, they walk away with 4 eliminations from that, and so we got 15 teams.
And getting as a chicken dinner is right now being eliminated at the hashtag number 15. And on top of that, let me remind you, same team that manages to get that chicken dinner, Annie, this is the same team, by the hand of the same team that took them down first, now is going to take them down once again. But Refus, are you going to be able to secure those 9 elimination, those double-digit eliminations this time, or you're going to still stay in the single digits?
I mean, we still have a lot of time. We still have 47 players remaining. Although Rivas only has 1 elimination for now, we can't say that it won't change later on, and it won't change real fast. And the good thing about Formical Vibes, they still have all 4 players standing, so they have a pretty good chance of bagging maybe another winner chicken dinner. But of course, we might be getting ahead of ourselves. It's still the mid portion of Miramar. We're still stage 4, I believe, of the circle, and it's gonna close in on a lot of landforms. So that's gonna make the late game.
It's about to occur within the 1 minute and 30 seconds. So they also have to like be careful around this premises that, okay, what circle chip is going to be next one, and how can it actually affect us? But there we go. Zeol manages to get that headshot connected. Delta gets taken down. Refus confirms that elimination, and Exotic Nobody also gets taken down. Whereas the players, some players, ASI 8 on top of that, gets eliminated by the hand of BTR.
I mean, maybe there's a chance that 4MV could potentially overtake as ASXi8. I mean, ASXi8, they lost their place quite early on. There's still 12 teams, so they must have been the 13th team to get picked off. So you only have like how many chances left on this competition? This is your to the last match, and of course, 4MV versus Bigetron is not over just yet. But we're looking at the perspective of NS Red Force. 5 eliminations so far. They still have all 4 players standing, so they have a pretty good chance of bagging more eliminations. The Arcs, however, still quite far off from several of these teams. They still have 0 eliminations, but the good thing is they still have all 4 players standing. But if ever they want to catch up with the rest of the teams, I mean, like top number 5 is a pretty decent position, but still they could do better and they could
Oh.
secure a better.
Secures that win with that grenade. Amazing job done by the guy. But we are in 20 minutes marker of this match. This is the 5th stage, closing in 32 seconds. But oh god, come on, a vampire. This is not looking good for you guys from this point onward. And now 1 player's down. You're down to the last 2 players. Humble already got humbled a while ago. But 20 seconds and the circle is going to take another shift. Circle stage is going to show us a different stat for all of these teams. You can see all those RGBs colors. It's everywhere. Everybody is scattered everywhere. Nobody's safe from anyone. DRX, Exotic gets eliminated. DRX's player gets knocked down. We can see Big Fafa could have gone there to get that revival done, and could have been an easy more elimination for the team BTR, but BTR kind of eliminated that guy early on, and that is one of the basic reasons that Big Fafa is now nowhere to be seen into the open tide areas. 4MV versus a reject. It's happening. RC, the second player, gets taken down. Divine is right now almost being the solo guy that is right now alive, but Apollo finally get that revival done. Okay, this is a good thing.
Hats of Vampire Esports. We're looking at Bigetron Esports right now. 9 eliminations so far. They still have their full roster, so they have a good chance of bagging the winner in chicken dinner. But still, we're still 8 teams on the running, and unfortunately, 4 Miracle Vibes loses their place. They didn't get to overtake ASXi8, but still, they have 4 more maps left to go. But they had an impressive run, I must say. And speaking of impressive, we're looking at Bigetron with already 10 eliminations to their name. I mean, these players are pretty beastly. They have such good teamwork, and of course, they'll be looking out for more eliminations, more potential engagements, and I mean, more potential engagement there is. There's a lot of people right in front of them. DRX throwing those throwables against NS, gets a knock, gets some eliminations. Little by little, they're picking off players and bagging those points for themselves. But in the end, we're still down to 8 teams. Bigetron getting shot at, half health. They have the chance to heal themselves, but for how long will that be? I mean, they're doing quite well. They're taking down DRS quite well, and really good teamwork sprays connecting, and little by little, and that's a complete elimination of DRX by the hands of Bigetron Esports.
It is constant eliminations coming on. Bigetron so far 12 eliminations in total to their names, and it is a good start. It is definitely a good start. Beanie closing in from the left side areas. Bigetron, ZMJJ, KK. He has a slight idea on
Great, but what I really like most about the screen, I mean, that's 12 eliminations on the side of Bigetron Esports. But unfortunately, they're down to 2 players. It might be 1 if ZMKK loses their lives right now. It looks like that would be the case because NS Beanie, they have them on his crosshairs, and that's a complete elimination. Now, hide on Bush. There's no Bush to hide over here, but he does get that elimination. And unfortunately, NS Red Force, they were looking the wrong way, and with that, hide on Bush secures that victory between these 2 squads.
It is amazing how these teams are doing right now at this point. Top 3 teams are right now remaining. Hora Esports 4-man, Bigetron down to the last guy, and Vampire Esports in the middle of that with a trio as well. Jiggle Hora closing in to the Bigetron's area. Bigetron behind that car, but oh no, Hora Esports You were 4-man standing. Now, one player's down. The second one can get some decent knockouts, eliminations on towards the side. If Skyhoda did not look in the backside, it is an easy elimination from the side of Tony K. Tony K, the shots are there, but the player gets on the reload. And this is not looking good, as now Skyhoda once again goes to the healing. The player gets the final nail in the coffin. Another knockout on the side of Hora Esports. And Hora Esports, they were 4-man, and now as a trio, as a duo, it is not looking good. It is definitely not looking good. When Fire Esports now, they have the highest probability of securing that chicken dinner for themselves with the momentum that they have made and secured for themselves against the team of Hora Esports. They have cemented themselves with those shots, those connectivities. They're definitely popping off. Look at the damage. Once again, Jiggle Hora receives a decent amount of damage. Once again, behind the smoke he is. Jiggle Hora gets up, tries some shots, tries some connectivity, but Tony K from Bigetron side gets that damage connected on him.
Yeah, I mean, I was really nervous over there because Horror Esports did have the numbers advantage, but with one player picked off, I think Vampire Esports has a chance now. I mean, this is 2 versus 3, and Bigetron Esports. I command hide on bush. I like the strategy of this, waiting for Vampire Esports and Horror Esports to kind of finish each other off. But right now, it's throwing some grenades, trying to see if they can get some eliminations for themselves while they're busy kind of going against each other. So once again, Vampire Esports, Sony K managed to pick off one on the side of Horror Esports. But the question is, will he get another? It looks like Jiggle Horror will be going down as well. No fear. 1 versus 1 takes one from the side of Bigetron Esports. Tony K spots Sleepy from a distance, puts him on the red, needs that revive, gets that finisher as well. Look at the elimination points on the side of Tony K. That's 7. 7 for their whole team, and that's like 7 out of 10 eliminations. That's a crazy amount of, amount of skill from this side. But of course, it's not over just yet. It's still Horror Esports with one player left, Vampire Esports, and Bigetron Esports. 1 versus 1 versus 1.
Oh,
Tony K
come
loses their lives.
on.
So no fear, Horror. I mean, he had a good run, but right now it's between no fear versus Hide on Bush. Who will win this 1 versus 1? And that would be
What?
Hide on Bush. And with that, the victory does go to Bigetron Esports. That is the waiting game that pays off in the end.
Against Team at DX at this point. So, whatever the case is, what we can totally assume right now, Annie, is the fact that the fight will definitely occur as soon as the circle is going to close down.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible because 16 teams left in the running. That's still a lot of teams. That's still a lot of players. That's still a lot of eliminations to be had, and that circle is just gonna force everyone to come in into quite a small area. And with that 16 teams, it's quite gonna be a tight fit. But for now, they're both backing up from each other for now. Yeah, I mean, definitely we're looking at the circle. It's gonna close in on the northern side of this island around Severny as well. And you can see that a lot of these teams are just gonna go ahead and rotate into the northern part. I mean, we're talking about 16 teams right now. Talking about 16 teams, and that small circle is not gonna hold everyone. And we're looking at the kill feed. There's a lot happening. I mean, not a lot, but there's quite a number of knocks, quite a number of eliminations as well. We're down to 62 now, 61 players, and this is between RD versus Exotic Esports, and now BTR, ZMJJK. Grenades out. Horror's in trouble. Wow, that's a double kill. That was absolutely crazy. And then that Horror Esports loses their place. I mean, that was quite unfortunate, but that was a good grenade throw. I don't think Horror Esports stood a chance against all that damage. But for now, looks like Bigetron Esports, they do have 4 eliminations to their side. Pretty good start. We're 10 minutes into the game. So we're looking at the perspective of Bigetron Esports. Once again, that was Federalis. Now we're looking at JMJJK. And of course, we're seeing kill feed. We do see RD versus Exotic Esports. They're just giving each other some trades. I mean, guys, a while ago I did say there were 61 players. Now we're down to 55. Once again, these players, these 18 teams, they're the type that love violence. They're the type that loves risking it for the engagers, especially in the early game. Really, a kill from a DBS. I really thought that would have been a vehicle elimination, but over here, Bigetron Esports versus RC. Sprays coming in. Lots of people down on the side of RC from the side of BTR. Hide on bush, crosshairs out, trying to see if they can find another elimination. With that, Terakhir Esports loses their place on this third map. But it's not over just yet. Snape, grenades out, throws lots of players from side of RC, potentially elimination points going on to the side of Bigetron Esports. And with that, Snape takes a lot of damage from that explosion. However, it's not over just yet. There's Kinotrope as well on the other side. Snape throws that grenade, runs away, tries to see if they can get any damage. And with that, Reject does get picked off. And BTR, just take a look at that number of eliminations. That's 8 points. Snape with 4, ZMJJKK with 2, and Federal with Hide on Bush each having 1. I mean, these are some impressive players. So in this vicinity, it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed later on. Some 3 pretty good teams going against each other. ASXI 8, 5 eliminations. Final getting that kill, and Ghost as well getting that kill on the side. Against the 4 Merkel vibes. So with that, lots of things happening. RD versus DRS, some other part of the map, but goes throws a grenade. See if it will get someone. It actually knocks down Refuse, and so with that, FN Esports doing quite well. And Royal Dragon, while we were speaking, eliminated off Huzaifa rather. Lining up your shots against 4MV. There's a lot of damage taken, but unfortunately, it's not enough for a knock just yet. And FN over here is not looking quite well. Trey's the last healthy person, and if Trey goes down, it's not going to be good for them. But NS Red Force, Sprays coming in, gets a lot of kills, and with that, the Xavier does get picked off. But over here, NS Red Force actually doing quite well. That's 8 eliminations on their side. And this Red Force is XZY. Hide on Bush in their beautiful, beautiful sports car, going in to kind of regroup with their team. And of course, NS is at a distance as well. But no engagement just yet. But there is Kinotrope from a distance. So Bigetron Esports, they have a decision to make. Will they go ahead and rotate into the area and kind of start this engagement? Just do some initiation? I mean, Bigetron Esports, so far, doing quite well. They have 9 eliminations. But looking at the leaderboards, they're still number 4. They still have to overtake FN Esports. Then again, FN Esports only 5 points away. And it looks like Federal. They spot a potential kill, but Dakar over here spots Kinotrope. 1 down on the side of Kinotrope. Snape actually backs that kill, steals it for Merkel vibes. So there's basically 3 different teams vying for those elimination points, and so whoever gets that kill first, I mean, that's luck for them. But looking here for Merkel vibes, Bigetron at the distance, crosshairs out top, trying to find that shot to line up. Unfortunately, he won't be finding that just yet. 9 eliminations. Grenades out. Not gonna be dealing damage. Definitely not enough damage, but on the other hand, Federal does find TZ from NS. With that. Actually, Beanie gets that. A revenge knock. And looking at NS, it's only XZY left. And so with that, if XCY goes down, it's going to be the end for NS Red Force. And with that, as just I was speaking, it's Snape who will be putting them onto the ground. And with that, Snape does have the opportunity to go ahead and revive Hide on Bush. And if they can get to Federal, I mean, that would be great. But 13 eliminations from this one map. BTR is just on a roll right now. I mean, 1 more point and they can potentially overtake FN. And I believe they have placement points already. And so that's a good thing for them. But of course, back to the game, we do see Kinotrope, Tamra. They are within this building. just waiting for the right moment to strike. Snape as well. I mean, BTR is doing so well. Snape has 6 kills to their name. Spot C1 puts some bullets, but Atomic is just not getting knocked down. And so Snape, they haven't given away their location, but what can Champions Esports do with that information? With lots of pressures going in from all sides, and so with that, C1 does get a player from BTR. Zai over here from Formical Vibes within the safety of this building. Of course, Crosshairs out. Top. Trying to see if they can find their 5th kill. Docker as well. Trying to see if they can get a pick off. Bigetron Esports. 13 kills already, but they did lose one player. Grenades out, Federal. Will he get the kill that he needs? It won't be a yes for now, but Hide on Bush does get a 1 knock on their side. And so it's all up to them to kind of get that finisher. So Disembark. With that, those sprays just ends Urcas from the side of Champions Esports. And with that, Hide on Bush gets another point on their side. So we're down. With that Champions Esports elimination, we're down to actually 5 more teams left. And now we're down to 11 players as well. And so this is going to be between Bigetron Esports, Kinotrope, Formical Vibes, DRS Gaming, and ASX I8 Esports. And unfortunately for ASX I8 Esports, you're down to 1 player. And so a good thing is Kinotrope and DRS Gaming, they both have 2 players left. And Bigetron and Formical Vibes, they still have 3 players. And so numbers advantage going in to the side of Bigetron and Formical Vibes. But so once again, I mean, if we're talking about the previous game in Miramar, numbers advantage didn't matter over there. It was the strategy, especially from Bigetron Esports, the side of Bigetron Esports. But over here, Formical Vibes top, they did spot a player from Kinotrop, but while they were looking the wrong way, BTR finds their chance to take him down, but that was just a knock. And they'll have to hunt down or finish the other members. But looks like 4MV is in a little bit of a pinch. Dokar is the last person standing that could possibly carry their team. But Hide on Bush, 1 versus 1. Looks like it looks like he'll be fine. He'll be definitely fine shooting the vehicles. And yes, with that, well, Torix, I'll just totally update you right now. I mean, we're down to 5 teams, 9 players remaining. Looks like Bigetron Esports has a numbers advantage right now.
That is totally true. 5 total teams are remaining into the match, and so far I can see the 4 Merkel Vibes, the first match chicken takers, the Bigetron Esports, the second match chicken takers. They're still into this match, into the race of the chicken dinner for this match as well. The SI8, they're surviving a solo. DRS, they're a duo for Merkel Vibes, a solo, Kinotrope, a duo as well. And Bigetron Esports, the only team that right now has the highest probability of securing that chicken dinner with the most player remaining. Kinotrope, in the meanwhile, gets a finisher, and another team gets eliminated. 11 elimination. Wait a second. 4 Medical Vibes. I was expecting, okay, 5, maybe 6 elimination, but no. Those are some 11 juicy elimination that these guys have so far for themselves.
I mean, if 11 eliminations impresses you, take a look at VTR, Bigetron Esports, with a big number of eliminations. That's 16. And Hide on Bush is looking for their 17th spots. DRS at a distance, but unfortunately, none of those bullets will be connecting. And so with that, have to reset, trying to see if they can find any more other potential kills. We can see ASI8's Casanova finds 1 and picks off 1 team on the other hand. But Snape spots Casanova very low on health, and with that, Hide on Bush gets another kill. The 17th one, in fact, puts ASXI8 onto the ground. Now this is between Bigetron Esports, DRS Gaming. That's 3 versus 2. Numbers advantage going on to Bigetron Esports, but DRS Gaming, depending on how they play their cards right, let's see what's going to happen in these last few minutes of the game.
It is the last few minutes of the game. Bigetron, DRS, both of these teams are right now against each other. DRS a duo, Bigetron a complete trio at this point. 6 elimination to the side of the DRS so far. YTT behind both of his cars, but Delta gets taken down. Now it's a chicken dinner, almost confirmed for the side of the team BTR, but Bigetron, Snape trying to find out that last player where he is. They spotted the player down. Now they're circling around the premises, and there we go. S12K M416. It's going to be all over. DRS out of this match, and Bigetron
Other place, see if they can run into any other squads. Because after all that bloodshed in the first few minutes of the game, it's a little bit quiet until now. Looks like Bigetron Snape. This does get knocked down, but Foxy trying to get those revenge kills against 4MV. They're kind of just lining up at the bottom of this elevation over here. And so top might be taking some damage. Jayal is very low on health. Snape and hide on bush from the side of Bigetron Esports needs that revive. Foxy and Federal is still up on their feet, but on the other hand, 4MV, they're still up and running, but I mean, in this position, I think Bigetron has a better chance of getting those eliminations.
That is true. Bigetron, they definitely have a decent chance of getting those eliminations, but you cannot forget about the 4 Miracle Wives. They do a wonderful job as well, but Bigetron right now, they're facing some casualties. That's 1 down. I see right in the face of the team 4 Miracle Wives. I think that's another 1 down. That's 2 down of the team BTR, but a solo player can do wonders, and we have seen that, and that guy has proven it to us back and back into the games. And once again, they're going into the close vicinity, and Terakhir, that single grenade is going to be enough to take down the wrath of Bigetron.
The battleground, but all the while, BTR was actually up in that elevation. A potential third party in this situation. Looks like Team Troop's in some trouble. Ozi-san is in this building quite far from the rest of his team. He'll be getting some long-ranged kills if that's possible, but right now they're not finding the kills that they need just yet. BTR hide on bush did not hide properly, gets knocked down, but I'm sure there's still a chance that he can stand right back up. But over here, we're seeing ZM, JJKK trying to see if they can get some shots lined up, but I think he's having a little bit of trouble. But in the end, yes, Bigetron Esports so far 1 elimination, but we're talking about NS Red Force. Pretty good start, 4 eliminations, some potential more eliminations on the side of Kinotrop, depending not just yet. But on the other hand, DRX over here, possible third party on the side of BTR. And all the while, DRS finally finds a first knock on the side of Hora and FN as well. So this is what we're talking about. This is quite a small circle already. So everyone's kind of just shooting at each other. There are lots of teams coming in, trying to see if they can get a cut off that elimination points. Big Papa took a huge chunk of damage, and they'll be going down. But of course, they do have the chance of revival. But those thermals are coming in. Unfortunately, not gonna take damage, and I think DRX has the opportunity to kind of reset. So we'll just have to wait and see what their next move is gonna be.
We do have to see what their next move is definitely going to be, because Big Fafa definitely took out a big grenade to his name at this point, and that's why he's knocked out. But Bigetron Esports right now, they're waiting for the opportunity. DRX, in the meanwhile, they're also getting some damages onto the other enemies, not just the BTR side, but a different enemy, Kino Esports, that are on the left side, DRX, that are on the bottom side of their vicinity as well. There's 4 Myrtle Vibes into the back vicinity as well. So the third party, the fourth party, the fifth party, it's all happening. It's all happening. And Sanam Shing's Red Force, XUY, manages to take down 1 player, but at the same time, Big Fafa, once again, he has his eyes set up upon the players. Pam R gets a confirmation. Another elimination coming on the way. Kino Esports, now you guys need to get inside that circle as soon as possible. The players are completely out in the open, are in the surrounding vicinity where they can get the shots, where they can receive the damage. And you have to be super careful on which side you're going to go from, because one wrong move is going to instantly mean that you might not be able to survive the next sprays. That's going to come out at you. BTR's at MJJ. KK gets a confirmation. He gets knocked out. Stay humble. Humble someone as well from the Nepex domain. And there we go. Ozi-san also getting knocked out as well. So it's all 11 teams, out of which I can safely assume 7 to 8 teams are constantly fighting amongst themselves, Annie.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these are like around the last legs of this game. So we're expecting a lot of bloodshed, and you can see the kill feed is just going kill after kill and just elimination after elimination, slowly and surely. The number of players are going down, and Federal throws that grenade. DRX is in trouble if that connects. But yep, over there it looks like there was a grenadier. There was an elimination of a whole squad, but DRX is still alive. Federal trying to get those kills in the bag. Unfortunately, just not connecting, not giving that damage. All the while, Hide on Bush is hiding behind these walls. Spots another squad. That grenade's not gonna hit anyone. Voxy is just kind of standing there, waiting for the right moment to strike. All the while, there's a lot of things happening in the kill feed. Someone loses their lives to the play zone. That'll be Delta from the side of DRS. And all the while, 4MV still alive and kicking, racking up all those points. In fact, they're 10 points away from ASXi8, which is on the number 2. And so that's going well for them, especially for the fact that their squad is still alive. And speaking of squad being alive, DRS is definitely not alive anymore. DRX over here, DRX is with still 4 of their players. Unfortunately, 0 eliminations, and so this might be their first, hopefully, if they play, if they get a kill against DTR. And with that, QXZC does secure 2 kills from that engagement.
He does secure 2 eliminations from that engagement, but right now, look at this. DRX getting more and more eliminations. Vampire Esports gets eliminated. Bigetron gets eliminated. Big Fafa gets
affect the leaderboards, because right now, once again, this is map number 6, match number 18 for this whole event, and so this is the last chance for these teams to kind of make their names.
The final push for all of the 17 teams that have joined in this match. Rakshas is the only team that did not join once again. And somewhere in this premises, Nepex is taking the fight against the team nomination of Red Force. It is an Uzi versus an 1897. The pump action shotgun, the jump shot, the dumb jump shot will definitely come in the clutch. Mukesh gets the knockout, gets the confirmation, instantly goes in for the cover and the reload.
He has the DBS. And he's still alive. And YTT has the crosshair, so I think they have information, because YTT is just trying to aim at his position. But over here, we're looking at Kinotrope as well. Already lost 2 players. On the other hand, they do have 2 eliminations already. Smokes up, Finale. Their plan is probably to throw off DX from distance. They are on this truck, trying to get that rotation. Oh no, Zizan was on his last leg, but still gets a shot at. Looks like that would be the end of him, because I don't think Finale has a chance of reviving at this point, because they're surrounded by another squad. But over here, Rex once again looks like it's attracted the attention of DRS. That's 1 potential elimination. Yep, there we go with that. Grenadier win. That is down for their side, the side of NPX. That's their end. It'll be a goodbye for now. Now we're down to 11 more teams left and 38 players remaining.
38 players remaining and 11 total teams. 4 Miracle Vibes still in the match, and ASI8. I am so sad for them that they were on the hashtag number 1 in the first half of even the day number 3, but from the day match number 4, they started to go down, gradually down, and now instantly they've been taken away. BTR even right now have the chance to even take away their hashtag number 2 position, get themselves over there, and push Team ASI8 down to the hashtag number 3. But there we go, Bigetron Esports. So far they have 5 eliminations, out of which Federales has 4. That's a 1 versus a 4 that this guy has managed to do against the player. So overall, this guy's a beast right now in this game at the very least. But look at the team Bigetron. In fact, Bigetron is actually pushing in towards the Vampire side, but I think they did not realize that, okay, there was another team. They were just chilling out there, scatting out there. As soon as they spot down the player, instantly, look at how Bigetron resummon themselves, repositionize themselves back to their own player.
Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting positioning from the other teams right here. There was the squad. I believe that was RD Royal Dragon that's still in the Sons of Cover military base, and so I don't know what their plan is on the rotations, but they'll have to make a move on later on. And so looking at Vampire Esports, it looks like they have one elimination so far, but they don't really have any other engagements until now. I believe this is BTR Bigetron Esports. Stay humble. Getting on that flying car a la Ron Weasley, but here Bigetron Esports inside of this house getting stormed out by Vampire Esports. Looks like they find one. Of course, Hide on Bush will be trying to find some more. Grenades out. Just putting a little bit more pressure on the side of Bigetron Esports. The spray's coming in. Stay humble. Gets knocked down, however. Falls off the roof. Federal, half health, Voxy, very low on health, Hide on Bush, and unfortunately needs to go into hiding because it's a bloodbath out there. Lots of smokes. Bigetron Esports manages to secure the inside of this building, but Vampire Esports are not stopping at anything until BTR comes outside. But unfortunately, Tony K gets knocked down as well. BTR doing quite well. Already 6 eliminations. Unfortunately, they did lose one player, and Federal's the last person standing. And so far, Hide on Bush very low on health.
my God.
I don't know if they can get that revive, but it's not a good position. Vampire Esports, they finally finished Bigetron Esports. Woo! Well, that was kind of unfortunate to watch, but congratulations to Vampire Esports for getting one